Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. As I'm sure most of you guys are aware of by now, Bungie has delayed the release date of Shadowkeep. It was originally supposed to launch on September 17th, and they pushed it back 2 weeks, now launching on October 1st. As a result of this delay, that means we get 2 extra weeks in Season of Opulence, and therefore Bungie has updated the roadmap with some new things to expect throughout the course of the rest of this season. Additionally, in the Bungie Weekly Update, or the TWAB, This Week at Bungie, whatever the hell you want to call it, they also added a few more things that you should be keeping an eye out for between now and the release of Shadowkeep. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. Here is your updated timeline for the rest of the Season of Opulence, all the way to the beginning of Shadowkeep. Let's go ahead and get started. So looking at the roadmap in chronological order, the first thing that we will be looking out for will be this update from Luke Smith. This will be a state of the game update, and he says it's going to be very nerdy with lots of statistics and things like that over the past 6 months that have been in Destiny. This is everything from player feedback to how things were received in-game and things that Bungie has done, and how they will be changing these things going forward in Shadowkeep and why. We don't have an exact date for this update, but Luke Smith says it will be available early next week, so probably around Tuesday the 13th, if I had to guess. Going forward, our next event will occur on August 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific. That is noon Central Standard Time in the US, and I believe around 6 p.m. UK time. I'm not 100% sure. I think you guys are 6 hours ahead of me. But anyway, it is the Armor Customization Preview livestream. Now, this is going to be a very important livestream and one that I would definitely recommend catching if you are able, because this is going to show us everything that we need to know, all the questions that we have about Armor 2.0, how the mod system is going to work, how the ornament system is going to work, how these new artifacts are going to work. This is going to be one that you really want to look out for. Next up, on August 20th, for all of you PC players out there, you will be invited to begin the process of linking your PC player accounts for a smooth transition from the BlizzardNet app over to Steam. Now, it's worth noting that this will not be the actual transition to Steam. This will be the beginning process so that Bungie and Steam and Blizzard have time to transfer all of your purchases and all of that stuff. You will not actually be playing Destiny from the Steam launcher until Shadowkeep goes live on October 1st. This is just the beginning. Next, on August 21st, we have cross-save. Now, this is actual cross-save. This isn't like the beginning things like the transition to Steam was. This is legitimate cross-save. It will be in Destiny 2 on August 21st. Basically, the way that this will work is you will pick one account if you play on multiple platforms. Let's say that you play on all 3. You select your PC characters. It will effectively erase, I should say, your PS4 and Xbox One characters and replace them with your PC characters. You will then be able to log on to any of the platforms, play with those characters, and have a universal progression system, meaning whatever you do on Xbox will show up on PC, will also show up on PS4, and so on. Cross-save is a big deal for a lot of people, myself included. I switched to PC back when Black Armory came out and left a lot of Xbox and PS4 friends behind. And as grindy as Destiny 2 is, I just don't have the time or desire to maintain 9 characters. So if I can have my 3 characters that I work on and play on all 3 platforms, that makes me pretty happy. I'm excited about this one. Now, we do have a few announced events that they put in the TWAB that don't have actual dates. For example, we know that Gamescom is going to be August 20th through the 24th, so we can get some more Shadowkeep details then. We know when cross-save is launching, we just talked about that. How seasons will change in D2 Year 3, PvP reveal for Shadowkeep, and an invitation to the Crucible at PAX. Now, PAX is going to be August 30th through September 1st, I believe. So, theoretically, number 5 and number 6 on this list should be towards the end of August, somewhere around the 27th, 28th. Now, while Moments of Triumph was extended through September 17th, which was the original Shadowkeep launch date, Solstice of Heroes will still end on August 27th. That means if you want the Legendary Armor set, then you need to finish the Legendary Armor set and acquire it by August 27th. If you want the 2019 Seal, then you need to get your Legendary set and masterwork at least 1 piece of armor before the deadline. Now, it's worth noting that after the Solstice of Heroes event ends on the 27th, you will still be able to masterwork your armor. It just won't count towards the triumphs anymore. So August 27th is a pretty important date. You want to make sure that you have your legendary armor set, at least one piece masterworked, and all of your 2019 title/seal stuff done before this date. Now, this one is not confirmed, but I do want to mention Solar Week. Solar Week has been rumored for a while now, and a lot of people seem to think it's going to be on either August 27th and that whole week, or September 3rd and that whole week. Those would be the two most likely times for it if it was going to take place this season. Now, Solar Week, much like Arc Week, if you remember that back in April, is rumored to be a buff to various solar subclasses, and also include an exotic quest of some sorts for a solar rocket launcher. And that rumor slash data mine slash leak has a lot of tinfoil hats going absolutely crazy. I personally don't think it's going to be Gallarhorn. That's what a lot of people seem to think. I think that something like Dragon's Breath seems much more likely, considering Bungie has said Gallarhorn is retired. It played its part in Destiny 1. It was like the go-to weapon. There's no point in bringing it back. And I agree, honestly, because if they brought it back, number one, they'd have to either make it super, super powerful for it to live up to the hype, or number two, they'd have to water it down to the point where it's not Gallarhorn anymore. Either way, I don't want either of those. You have power creep or disappointment. Those are the two outcomes. So if this event does happen and they do have an exotic rocket launcher quest, hopefully it's not G-Horn. So moving on into September, you can see that the week of August 27th through September 3rd, we have another Iron Banner. September 3rd through September 10th, there is going to be a small quality of life update and also a community challenge event that Bungie has planned. We haven't gotten very many details on that, but like I said just a second ago, Solar Week seems like it would be one of those 2 weeks. So with this little event that they have planned that they're not telling us anything about, this could be the quote-unquote Solar Week. After that, on September 10th through September 17th, remember September 17th was originally Shadowkeep's launch date, we have Moments of Triumph Week and an Infamy boost. Now this is a new thing that Bungie threw in to fill the gap between now and Shadowkeep. Seems like this will be a pretty good week to go and grind Gambit. They usually do double and triple Infamy for similar weekends. For the week of September 17th through September 24th, we will have another Iron Banner. This will be the final Iron Banner for Season of Opulence, so it'll be your last chance to get that Iron Banner armor. And then lastly, on September 24th through October 1st, leading up to the release of Shadowkeep, Mayhem will be the featured Crucible playlist, and you will also have Valor and Infamy boosts to close out the season. So if you need to get those last-minute resets, that's going to be the week to do it. And finally, the last 2 things on our calendar. October 1st is the official release of Shadowkeep as it stands right now, and on October 5th, we will have the release of Shadowkeep's brand new raid, the Garden of Salvation, which is going to be on a Saturday with contest modifiers active, and it will take place in the Black Garden from Destiny 1, which sounds really neat. But that's going to be it, guys. That is your complete timeline between now and Shadowkeep. It's worth noting that all of these dates and times are subject to change, and they very well might. They might take some things out, might add some things in, but as it stands right now at the time of recording this video, this is your complete roadmap leading up to Shadowkeep. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you are new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, you know I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.